Hey everyone, welcome to the Tar 37 Day reviewing this, which is the Spider-Man Brand New Day Hulk action figure. I love that shot of Spidey, and that logo is so cool. It reminds me of the old Spider-Man logo you see on merch from like the early 2000s. We have Actionverse, we have Hulk there, we have him on the back with the UPC, as well as the other characters in the assortment, and the weapons tray as well. So yeah, let's take him out of packaging. And here we have him out of the box. As you can see, he looks amazing. We have his little weapons tray over here. And this is pretty much like weapons trays you've seen from different toy lines before. And it's pretty cool. It's got some gamma on it. It's got some chains and some wire, almost like it's Hulk based, which I think is really cool. And it just holds his weapons. And you'll notice these little pegs on Hulk's hand because some of his weapons do have pegs that can like peg into him and stuff. They do this on all these Actionverse figures, but there's also holes on the tray, so like when you pop them out of the tray, you can put them back on the tray for display. Now taking a look at Hulk's face, as you can see, he looks incredible. I really like the details on the face and the hair. It looks nice. It's good to see a good old angry Hulk. We haven't had an angry MCU Hulk in quite some time. The rest of the figure looks pretty good. I assume that they were going to repaint the comic book Hulk from this line. You can see he has the ripped brown pants. It reminds me of the first Avengers movie, but from what I've seen from different YouTubers, particularly B-Man Brandon, definitely go check out his video, but he says that this is a different sculpt, so that's pretty cool. In terms of articulation, we have a 360 at the head, 360 at the arms, swings out at the shoulder as well, which is pretty nice. A single joint elbow, which rotates 360 degrees. The legs forwards, backwards, and outwards. It looks like there'd be a 360, but there's none. You do have a single on the knee, which also rotates, and yeah, pretty. So in terms of articulation, you know, it's very much what you expect from like Hasbro with their 1099 range, but I don't think that's necessarily bad at all. Now here we have that weapons tray again. As you can see, it's got some pretty cool details, and here we have all the weapons laid out. We have this steel metal pipe as well as these cuffs, which you can attach a chain to capture Hulk. We have this this pipe, and then we have this, which I'm not really sure what this is. It could be a shield. I think it might supposed to be the gamma inhibitor that Banner wears in some of the more recent MCU stuff, but I'm not really sure because if it is the gamma inhibitor, why does he have it for Hulk? I don't know, it's kind of weird. But yeah, here's him with all of his weapons, and I don't like them being green, but I do love that he gets so many weapons, and there's going to be a Target version of this, which it doesn't come in green. I think it's like gray, so that's pretty cool. There's what I was talking about, the pegs where you can peg it into him, and then there's the cuffs on his feet. You can attach the chain to it or use the chain as a weapon. You can do it on both, but it is hard to get on both when he's just standing like that. And I gotta say, I love how many accessories you get with this, and it's so fun. Like, honestly, just smash them around. Like, kids are gonna love this, but many accessories you get here and how well they go back onto the weapons rack, I think that's really cool. You know, Hasbro for a long time was really giving us 1 to none accessories, and while these are cheaper accessories, I do love that there's so many included. Now here's a comparison with Spider-Man from the Actionverse line. This is a comic book Spider-Man that came out back in January. It's a pretty good Spider-Man figure. I really like it. Now here's a comparison with the Iron Man from the Actionverse line. Now something really interesting about this Iron Man is if you look at the sculpt, the head, the arc reactor, this is 100% pretty much the Mark 85/Mark 50 Iron Man. It's just painted in comic book colors. I have a theory that they're going to re-release this guy when Doomsday comes out, so they have a MCU style Iron Man for the movie since he's not going to be in the movie. Now here's a comparison with an All-Stars Age of Ultron Captain America. As you can see, looks pretty good. Here's a Marvel Universe Sandman. So he scales pretty good with Marvel Universe. I think he scales a lot better with the 3.75 inch. Here's an Age of Ultron Marvel Universe Marvel Legends Infinite series style Iron Man. Again, these are the more articulate ones as opposed to the All-Stars, and it just looks great. And I really like this Hulk because he reminds me of the first Avengers movie Hulk. Now here's a comparison with Fink. And Fink is from the Epic World of Action series. Now, you'll notice he's a lot smaller, but this Fink is also based on the MCU. And in the MCU, while we haven't seen them meet, Fink is going to be a lot smaller than Hulk. It does look a little ridiculous with Spider-Man, but I think it works here. Now, here's the Marvel Legends Retro 3.75 inch Spider-Man, so you can see how he scales with that. And here's a Wolverine from the Epic Hero series, so you can see how they scale. Here's Captain America, and I want to show off this Captain America because this cap is from the basic series from Avengers Infinity War / Endgame, and just so you can kind of see how this Hulk looks with them, because that was the last big real series where we had an action figure line. Here's a Chitauri from that line too, and the Chitauri were kind of tall in the MCU, but I do think this is a little overdoing it, if I'm being honest. I don't think it scales that well. But just so you can see the comparison with that, the 6-inch line. Now here we have Galactus, and this is the Titan Hero Series Galactus, and as you can see, he's a lot taller than Hulk. And overall, I can't recommend this enough. This is $10.99. You get a bunch of accessories. The Hulk moves pretty well. This is more for kids, but overall, I think this is really fun and kids are going to like it. And also, if you're not crazy about how this one looks, there is going to be a Target exclusive with the more classic purple pants. So overall, I think this is really cool and I like it. Thank you for watching. Please rate, like, and subscribe.